Imagine you win the Powerball, and the prize is $1 billion. The moment you hear this news, you'll mentally start decorating your new mansion, choosing your private island, even picturing the faces of friends when they hear the news. But what if the lottery officials refuse to pay you? Yes, just like that. Even if you've won fair and square, they just won't give you the money. Can you imagine how that would make you feel? Well, you don't have to imagine anymore because this has happened to many people, and we're going to show you how they reacted. Number 10. Accidental error. On January 6, 2023, a man from Washington, D.C., John Cheeks, bought himself a Powerball ticket. He picked numbers that were close to his heart. They were mostly family birthdays and other significant dates. After the purchase, he simply waited for the draw like everyone else. Cheeks missed the live draw the next day. However, 2 days later, he checked the numbers on the DC Lottery's website. There they were, the numbers he chose on January 6th, winning him $340 million. Surprisingly, he was so calm after seeing the numbers. Rather than jumping and screaming out of happiness, he just made a quick call to a friend. His friend advised him to take a photo of the winning digits. That was the best advice anyone could have given him at that moment. So that's what he did. He shot a picture and then went to bed. No big celebration, no shouting. And then the next day, everything changed. Cheeks went to the lottery office to claim his jackpot, but the officials denied his claim. Yeah, they handed him a letter stating that his ticket did not match the winning numbers, as per their gaming system's validation. After this initial shock, an office worker there gave Cheeks some strange advice that he should throw his ticket in the trash, as it was worthless. However, Cheeks did not follow this bizarre suggestion. Instead, he kept the ticket safe and sought legal advice. He decided to sue Powerball. Both parties presented their case in court. The lottery officials admitted that during a quality assurance test, they mistakenly posted test numbers on the live site, and that these test numbers coincidentally matched Cheeks. This error happened before the actual draw. Despite realizing their mistake, they had already caused confusion. But was it right to not pay Cheeks? It was their mistake, so they should have owned it and made things right. Like the Iowa lottery. In November 2023, the Iowa lottery published the wrong winning numbers. They said that the mistake was due to a human reporting error. However, in that case, the lottery admitted the mistake and allowed the temporary winners to keep their prizes, which were between $4 and $200. That's what the Powerball should do as well. It's them who made the mistake, so Cheeks should not be the one to suffer. They even have the money to pay the man. They're just refusing to pay him on the basis of a technicality. But what if the lottery wants to pay, but they don't have the money? Yes, this has happened to some people as well. Number 9. Poor Illinois. Back in 2015, the state of Illinois was deep in debt as it owed more than $64 billion. And guess who suffered along with everyone? That's right, lottery winners. At that time, Illinois was so broke that they couldn't even pay out prizes over $600. For months, instead of receiving their winning checks, winners were handed IOUs. That's right, just like a personal loan note between friends, except these were from the state, promising payment at a later, undefined date. Lottery winners kept waiting impatiently to be paid, but there was no luck. No state budget had been passed for 2 years, so the debt kept on increasing. The state even owed around $250 billion for public employees' benefits. Things got so bad that selling Powerball and Mega Millions tickets had to be stopped. Just imagine that. Winners, as expected, were furious. They hadn't played the lottery to win IOUs. They wanted, and frankly deserved, their actual winnings. You know, real money. So they did what anyone in their shoes would do. They sued the state and demanded their money. Then in 2017, there was finally some hope for them. Illinois started to find its footing financially and began paying out those long-awaited prizes. In the end, all the winners got what they won. They received every last penny of it. They had to wait for a long time, but all's well that ends well, right? However, this wasn't the case with this next couple who won the jackpot. Number 8. Missed opportunity. In 2001, there was this couple from Britain, Martin and Kay, and guess what? They unknowingly struck gold. The couple won £3 million in the lottery, which is around 3.8 million US dollars. But the funny thing is that they had zero idea they'd won. They never checked the numbers of their winning ticket, so the money stayed unclaimed. For half a year, their life-changing ticket was just, well, out there, and they were clueless. Then, after 6 months, the National Lottery practically started shouting on the television, begging the winners to step up. It was then and there that Martin and Kay remembered. The lottery was displaying the same numbers that they'd been playing every week. Wait a second, did they actually win ages ago? That's when the excitement hit them. They ran to grab the ticket, but guess what? They couldn't find their ticket anywhere. It was practically lost. Still, they weren't ready to give up without a fight. They started going through their documents and receipts, and yes, they found the evidence they needed. They found the receipt from the local shop from where Kay had bought that lottery ticket. They were happy that now they were going to get paid. But then the lottery came up with their rule book. They said that missing tickets need to be reported within 30 days, otherwise winners do not get paid. Despite the proof, they could not get their money. No ticket, no millions. Martin and Kay started rallying support from anyone who would listen. They even got support from celeb Sir Richard Branson and then Prime Minister Tony Blair. But the lottery didn't budge. They were firm on their stance. No ticket, no payout. The stress, the battle, it was all too much. It was their marriage that suffered from all that stress. In the end, the couple split up. Upon which Martin said that maybe it was for the best. Maybe that mountain of cash wouldn't have been the key to happiness after all. While the National Lottery straight up refused to pay them millions, this next winner got paid, yes, but you won't believe us when we tell you the amount. Number 7. Machine fail. Veronica Castillo is a woman who lives in Oregon. She's a mortgage loan officer. In 2015, she took a casual trip to the Lucky Eagle Casino in Rochester, Washington, with her mom. There, she decided to try her luck on the slot machines, so she placed in $100 and bam! The light flashed and the machine told her she just won a whopping $8 million. For like 5 minutes, she was a multi-millionaire. But then reality crashed down on her. Casino staff came over and just casually said they were sorry the machine malfunctioned. Just like that, she lost her millions. After that, what they did was outrageous. They just turned off the machine, put it away, and handed her a measly $80 instead. Yes, from a life-changing $8 million to just $80. Turns out there was a tiny sticker on the machine that says a malfunction voids all winnings. Veronica was furious at that moment, and she had all the right to be. She felt cheated and said that the casino was pulling a big fraud. It got her thinking about how many others might have been duped like this. That was when Veronica decided to hire a lawyer. She said that she did it not just for the prize, she wanted justice and to make sure this doesn't happen to anyone else. Meanwhile, the casino's CEO, John Sederstrom, claimed that he had never seen anything like this. He promised to investigate with the machine's manufacturer and said again and again that no machine there offers such a colossal jackpot and that it was just a glitch. The casino later released a statement about the so-called display malfunction and said that they were sending the machine for a checkup. But really, was Veronica at fault? Hardly. It was the casino's machine that malfunctioned. It was the casino's fault. They should have paid her. But poor Veronica, right place, wrong machine. But sometimes it's not just bad luck that makes you lose. Sometimes you're just dumb like these two best friends. Number 6. The Dumb BFFs. Mark Goodrum and John Ross Watson had just pulled off what seemed like the heist of a lifetime, but not in the way you might think. In April 2019, Goodrum was fresh out of jail, so he decided to meet his old mate Watson. They traveled from Bolton to London, probably thinking the big city would bring them better luck. Oh, how right and wrong they were. So here they were, two buddies with zero cash but plenty of plans. Evil ones this time. Forced by habit, they stole someone's debit card and used it to buy a lottery ticket. And guess what? The universe really threw them a bone. They won $5.08 million US. For a brief, shining moment, they must have thought they were on top of the world. But just give it some time, karma will definitely hit them. The lottery company called them after some time. They wanted to transfer their winnings, so they needed their bank details. That's when they made the big mistake. Gooderham told them that he had no bank account. It was a big red flag. I mean, come on, using a debit card without a bank account is like saying you drove a car without wheels. This made the officials suspicious. Still, the two dumb BFFs didn't realize what mistakes they'd made, so they did what any millionaires would do. They partied hard and even bragged about it in the Sun newspaper. They thought they could hire a fancy lawyer to bulldoze their way to the cash, but as we all know, the house always wins. The lottery officials started digging deeper and found the obvious. The card was stolen, and it belonged to an unsuspecting Joshua Adaman. By that time, our dynamic duo had gone on a spending spree. They were living it up at Londis and Waitrose on someone else's dime. In March 2020, the police came knocking on their front door. Guess what dumb Gooderham did? He hid behind a sofa. Yeah, he thought that would make him invisible to the cops. What else could you expect from a criminal who exposed himself on a phone call? And finally, both were arrested. Watson was sentenced to 18 months of jail, while Gooderham earned 19 for the additional problems he made for the police. And all of it was due to their dumb mistake. Like these two best friends, another pair of BFFs made a silly mistake, which lost them $1 million. Number 5. The Lost Ticket. Eric Onyango and Salvatore Cambria were two roommates and friends. They would always play the lottery together. One day, there they were, chilling at home and ready to check their Powerball numbers. Eric hopped online to fetch the winning digits, while Salvatore held their ticket. But unfortunately, the numbers did not match. They shrugged and did what everyone would have done in that situation. Salvatore threw the ticket away. But hold up, then came the biggest plot twist of their lives. The numbers Eric read to Salvatore that day were actually not the winning numbers. The website had not been updated and they were early to read the numbers. They had actually won $1 million, but unfortunately they'd already shown their ticket the way to the nearest landfill in Ontario. Imagine the horror when they found what a big blunder they'd made. They scrambled, they panicked, they even thought about turning a landfill upside down. I mean, talk about looking for a needle in a haystack, right? They considered getting a police dog, of all things, to track down their lost fortune. It was ludicrous, yet oddly compelling. They even had proof of buying the winning ticket, but the merciless lottery rulebook states, no ticket, no prize. The best friends tried to fight the system. They took the New Jersey lottery to court and argued that they live in the digital age, not the Stone Age. Websites should be quick to update. Well, they were right, but they did make the mistake of throwing away the ticket. They should have kept it for at least a week or so. But let's face it, fighting with the Lottery Commission is like yelling at a brick wall. It doesn't matter how loud you shout, it's not going to move. And that's how Eric and Salvatore lost $1 million. This time, both the officials and the players were at fault. The officials should have updated the website timely, and the players should have never thrown the ticket without confirming the numbers at least once again. However, in this next story, it was just the officials who were at fault, but still the players suffered. Number 4. $1 Million Steak Dinner. In August 2016, Katrina Bookman thought she became a millionaire at Resorts World Casino in Queens, New York. Imagine the thrill when the slot machine flashed $42,949,672 in front of her. She was so happy that she even took a selfie with the screen. She was thinking she'd just set a record for the largest slot machine jackpot in US history. But the bubble burst the next day. Instead of getting paid, a casino employee delivered her the crushing news that in reality, she'd won nothing. It turns out there was a glitch. According to the New York State Gaming Commission, the machine malfunctioned, and as luck would have it, malfunctions void all plays and pays. And guess what the casino gave her instead of her 42 mil? A steak dinner. Yes, from millions to just a meal. Bookman said that she grew up in foster care, and now she's a single mother of 4. When she won, she was dreaming of a better life for her family. Instead, she was offered a dinner. The commission removed the faulty machine from the floor and sent it in for repairs, only to place it back on the floor later, business as usual. They claimed she was only entitled to $2.25, which was her actual winnings. How convenient was that for the casino? If someone wins a big amount, just say the machine malfunctioned, and then you can get away with it. It was a big bad luck moment for Bookman. This time, it was just her who suffered, but in this next story, thousands of people were refused their winnings. Number 3. A Christmas miracle. On Christmas Day 2017, South Carolina experienced what seemed like a Christmas miracle. A glitch in the holiday cash at-a-play lottery game turned everyone who bought a ticket into a winner. In just 2 hours, people purchased 42,000 tickets. The retailers were unaware of the glitch at the moment. As a result, people who purchased the tickets ended up winning 1.7 mil collectively. However, this festive joy was short-lived. The state quickly identified the issue as a programming error and stopped the game. The lottery officials released a statement that those tickets were void due to the error. The so-called winners were offered refunds for the tickets, but no more than that. Just imagine their disappointment. They lost everything they'd won and couldn't do anything about it, just like this next couple from England. Number 2. Empty card. Rachel and Liam are a young couple from England who experienced every lottery player's nightmare in May 2022. They would always play their special numbers weekly on an online platform, and then one day, it was their numbers that came up on the television screen. They had finally won a jackpot of £182 million, which is about $231 million. They even received a winning match notification from the National Lottery app. Imagine the joy, the disbelief, the plans forming in their heads. However, their happiness was short-lived. When they reached out to claim their winnings, they were told that their ticket hadn't gone through due to a declined direct debit payment. Rachel's account did not have enough to cover the $3.10 ticket cost. What made it worse? Well, they were never alerted by the app about this little money problem. Despite this crushing blow, Rachel and Liam said that they would keep playing. Maybe, just maybe, they would win again. These winners never received their prize, but the next ones were luckier than them. Number 1. Pandemic woes. Kathleen Lambert and her husband thought they hit the jackpot with their $1,000 scratch-off ticket in Florida. They drove for 1.5 hours to the Gainesville lottery office to claim their prize, but there they received the most shocking news. The officials said that they could not have their money because of the unemployment benefit given to her husband during the pandemic. Turns out, this was not just their bad luck story. Thousands of Floridians, winners like them, were told the same thing. Winners were not ready to give up their prizes just because of supposed debts to the state's unemployment office that they didn't even know existed. Lucky for them, ABC Action News I-Team jumped in to help them. They started poking around, and things began to change. Slowly but surely, people started getting their rightfully won cash. Everyone got paid back. So what did they do with their money? Did they follow the right steps to save their cash? Well, watch our next video to find out what exactly are these right steps, and what you should do immediately after winning the lottery. Who knows? You might win the next Powerball.